I'm not very good at drawing, but I want to get better. I just find it really hard. I mostly paint in watercolor. So when I saw this book, I bought it in the works in the UK. I thought that sounds like a wonderful idea, and in this video I'm going to try it for the first time. So it's full of these 40 illustrations, and all you do is just add ink in the white areas. There's lots of different designs. Sounds like a really fun idea, so I'm going to find something that I want to do. I actually already really like the birds, but I just want to see what else is there. This looks lovely as well. So I like the idea of being able to follow the patterns, because I mean, it's always satisfying to come up with something that looks lovely, but when you actually have something to follow, even though you know it's kind of done for you, it's a bit of a shortcut in a way when it comes to drawing, but just training your hand and repeating this movement will also help you get better at drawing. I think that's generally the principle. So I think it's worth trying, especially if you don't draw enough like me. And you know, it's better to draw something that maybe you didn't really apply perspective to it, or you know, you haven't really, that maybe it will not feel fully like something that's yours. But I think it's still better to practice this way than not practice at all, which is what usually happens with me. So let's see. So far I like the birds the most, probably. I like these as well, feathers, but look a little bit, no, I wouldn't say simple, but maybe like the marks are similar. I would like something that's a little bit more complex. Kind of like this. But can I really do it? It is a bit complicated. Looks complicated. I am a bit intimidated. I'm feeling intimidated by this, but I have a feeling once I start, it will be fun. Right, I think I'm procrastinating a little bit, because once I commit, right, okay, I'm just going to go with this, because I like that there's some kind of scribbly lines, there's straighter lines, lots of different types of marks. So actually it might be worth just seeing if there's any sort of guide on how to do it. Right. Practice drawing skills, the selection of this and that. Start with simpler line works. Fill the white lines with a fine ink pen to allow you to improve your control and practice techniques such as holding a continuous line, hatching and stippling. You can use an ink pen or a fine liner pen, whichever you find easiest. Okay, right, so there is not much more kind of tips on how to do it. I've got two pens. I think this one will probably be a little bit too thick for these, so I'm probably going to just stick with my Faber-Castell. It has Indian ink, black Indian ink, proof. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna dive in. I think I'm probably just going to, I mean, this seems easier to do just lines, but I'm going to just go from the top. So here we go. Here goes nothing. Oh god, I'm scared. Do you get scared when you do any sort of art? It can be intimidating, even though it's not, this is not like white canvas or white paper. It's always hardest for me to start, and this is something that I'm still trying to work through. It's me trying not to judge. I already kind of decided that I want the, sorry, but just stopped mid-thought. But I'm thinking like these branches, are probably a bit of an anchor for this particular drawing, and I feel like if I make sure that they are fairly like visible, might kind of help. I'm just going to go ahead I generally think that doing any sort of practice is the best thing you can do when it comes to art and improving your skills, because like I used to kind of have long breaks between my painting sessions, and lately it's been over 30 days now. I've been doing anything but daily. Sometimes it's a bit more of a ambitious project or something that I really want to paint. Like I've been dabbling into like a surreal art. It's been really fun. But sometimes, like yesterday, I could barely. I do basically do these videos every day, and yeah, my yesterday's video, I was really kind of torn whether I should even post it, because I felt like I was so incoherent, you know. I was tired, but yeah, I actually also used one of the prompt books. It was 365 Days of Drawing. I like those books too as well. You know, sometimes you just need a bit of a prompt. I think it's okay to get some help when you're not really sure what to do, what to paint, what to draw. So yeah, anyway, I've been drawing for, well, painting really mostly, for over 30 days straight now, and I have noticed like some changes that never really happened when I was drawing. Why am I saying drawing? I mostly paint. When I was practicing art more on and off, when I do it more regularly, it just, I think one of the biggest changes was that I'm finally starting to detach myself from the outcome a little bit. I mean, I still care about my practice. I still love watercolors especially. But if something doesn't really work out, I'm not as devastated, because I know that tomorrow I'm going to do something different. Tomorrow is going to be another day, and I'm just not, you know, I feel like in the past I used to almost use my art to prove my abilities and to kind of like cater to my ego a little bit, you know, make me kind of feel like, oh, am I a good artist, am I not a good artist, and like basically I would judge it on like on my finished piece, and quite often I wasn't satisfied, because that's another thing. The better we get at art, the more we do it, the more we notice things that we don't like, things that need improving. Like, I think I've come to not just realization but acceptance that I will never be fully satisfied with my art, because that just shows that you notice what can be improved, you know. It just shows that you get better at it. Like, I don't think you can ever escape this feeling. I don't think being like, oh yeah, I'm amazing, is the end goal. But what I also noticed with my daily practice is that I'm allowing myself to be more free, and I'm allowing myself to do some silly paintings. I've been really enjoying doing a bit of like a surreal art, and in the past I tried to paint more like things that I cared about, things that I wanted, but I found it intimidating because I felt like what I wanted to paint was basically my skills did not match my ambitions. I think sadly it's also something that you know, can happen quite often. So I would try to paint something that was in my head and it was quite ambitious, and obviously it would fail for one reason or another, and it would just discourage me from even trying. But what I noticed, and it kind of happened really when I was painting every day, I started doing my surreal paintings, but just like step by step, you know, just like I would just try random new things at a time. For example, I started with just swapping colors in my painting from like realistic one to unrealistic to just like a random different color. And then I started adding strange elements, or I would look at the shape of something and I would turn it into something new. So it wasn't like big leaps, it wasn't me completely changing the way I paint. It was just finally letting my inner freak out a little bit. And those were one of the most satisfying painting sessions that I had. And I feel like now that I've walked through that door, now that I've kind of allowed myself to express my inner voice, I just cannot go back, you know? Because there's just something about it. I don't know, it's hard to explain. It started like the validation became a little less important. I realized that it's okay if I mess up, because there was this something about the feeling of letting it out. I don't know. But also, I realize how important practice is, because the more you practice, the more skills you have under your belt, the more you can produce, the more it's kind of like, I don't know, maybe speaking a language. The more words you have in your vocabulary, the better you can communicate, the more ideas you can share. I think that's a bit like that with art. Right, I've been monologuing for ages. I'm really zoning out quite a bit, at least with my marks, my pen marks. It's really rather relaxing, I have to admit. Wow. So yeah, so I did buy it in the works in the UK, but it's actually the first book like this that I've seen. But those things tend to kind of happen, like there's a bit of a snowball effect, isn't it? Like, for example, ages ago, like, I don't know, more than 10 years ago, adult coloring became a thing, and then suddenly there were coloring books for adults everywhere. Another thing I really enjoy is reverse coloring. So I do that in watercolor. So there's like a watercolor page that's like done for you, and then you just add pen marks. So I've been really enjoying that. That's why when I saw this book, I thought this will be very much, you know, up my street. So even though I bought it in the UK, and if you're not in the UK, you can probably get it somewhere else as well. It's called Tracing Art, this one. I'm not sure, when I first saw the title, I wasn't actually sure what I'm going to find inside. I don't know if that's That's the term for it now. Should I switch to a bit of a, I feel like maybe I'll switch to the darker one here. I think maybe like anchoring this boat a bit, making it a little bit darker here would probably help. Oh, I'll do this one here at the bottom as well with this pen, just to kind of make it look more solid, more heavy. At least that's my hope for this. So as you can see, the actual action of drawing in itself, it's pretty simple, you know. I'm just hatching, I'm scribbling. I'm obviously leaving a lot of the white showing through because you can't possibly trace completely over it. I mean, I guess you can, but gee, how long would that take? But I think you can still kind of learn some marks along the way. And at the end of the day, oh, my paintbrush just fell off my desk. At the end of the day, that's how art is made, isn't it? It's made with small steps, you know. No matter how complicated the painting or the drawing, it's just all done with small marks, like with simple steps put together. And I think that's rather comforting. Most of the things in life, if you have like a massive goal you want to achieve and it feels impossible, I don't know, climbing the mountain or something, if you break it down, at the end of the day it's just taking one step at a time, and all those steps add up to something magnificent. Wow, I thought this is going to take longer, to be honest. I mean, I am rather loose with this, rather scribbly. I find it quite interesting how different kind of parts of the image are done. It's not just one type of mark. I think this is quite helpful to realize, like the direction of the marks, the thickness, all that. It just adds up to the general feeling of it. Now I'm clearly still learning how to do this. I'm rather messy, I guess. I'm sure if anyone out there, if any of you is good at drawing, you might be shaking your head or something. But that's the thing. I think the more I practice, the more some things will become clear, and it will just become a little bit more intuitive, a little bit easier. So yeah, my thoughts in general, I have to say, I'm not truly impressed with the outcome, because it already looks pretty nice in white. So when I go over it with black, I mean, it does look maybe nicer, I don't know. It looks kind of similar, but just different kind of contrast, if that makes sense. You know, it's like I'm revealing some sort of lovely image, because it's already quite revealed. You already kind of know what you're gonna get when you finish it. But perhaps that's even better. It's not about the outcome, it's about practicing your marks. And I think for that, it's really it's just very relaxing for the brain, so you don't have to overthink. And I am finding it very enjoyable. Oh, like that's one problem that I have. My marks are rather, they kind of curve, and I do them like fast. I tend to curve them a lot. I think it depends on the hold of the pen. Like when it's a bit more vertical, it seems to be better. When it's slanted, it ends up with this curved marks. So that's basically what I mean, you know. The more you practice, the more you notice some patterns. Anyway, I have to say that this has been as enjoyable as I was hoping. Maybe even more, because I thought it's going to take me longer, you know. It seemed like a quite ambitious project, but there you go, you know, I'm kind of finished. I think what I'm going to do is just have a last glance. Maybe I do like how I darkened it here. I might even do a little bit more solidity here and there. Kind of want the tree to be a little bit more solid at the bottom. Yeah, I think all in all, not bad for the first try. What do you think? Well, that was lovely. I truly enjoyed it. I'm definitely going to do them a lot. Wonderful. Love it. Oh, sorry for shaking you. Anyway, hope you liked it. Let me know if you find any more of these, because I only found one in the shop, and yeah, they look like so much fun. Definitely want to do a lot of it. Yeah, so I'll be back tomorrow with maybe doing this again, maybe something else. But anyway, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. And remember to be kind to yourself and practice a lot, because that always helps. Happy painting, happy drawing. Bye!